Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be in the form of a podcast. This might be one of the very few videos that I do actually post on my channel. If it's well received, then I might do more in the future with other content creators. But if you guys do enjoy, if you guys like watching these types of videos, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. It's going to be a discussion between me and Drjarba about the current state of FIFA, the gameplay content, and our points of view on certain subjects. We don't necessarily agree with everything, but most of the things I think we're definitely on the same page. So I hope you guys enjoy this video today. I really enjoyed this conversation I had with Dr. Drjarba. I was actually going to have inceptionxx on it too, and he did actually end up joining us, but then this video would be 2.5 hours long rather than it being just an hour long. So I hope you guys enjoy this conversation with Dr. Drjarba. I'm probably going to link Jux's stuff in the bottom anyways, and Dr. Drjarba's stuff at the bottom as well. So be sure to give them a follow on whatever it is that you guys want to follow them on. So thank you guys so much for the support you guys have shown the videos recently, and I hope you guys enjoy this discussion.
Times I've killed too many people. This now feels like the same
I
over
feel
and
like
over
I
again.
feel like if they had like a, I feel like if they had like a, a different map maybe to make it feel different all the time. But I don't know. It's been the same map all the time. Like I get it. They have the skins and whatever. At least the new stuff they add is like decent and whatnot. But that is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. The format that I feel like I want to do this because I've always wanted to have this conversation with you. We were gonna have this conversation last year for that shithole of a game too,
Yeah.
and it never happened. So I think the way that I feel like it would be the best way to do this would be to basically give our 2 cents in regards to what we feel about gameplay, the specifics that we like, the specifics that we don't like, and then basically go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, so I'll allow you to go first. You can talk about whatever specifics you want, whether it's attacking, defending, quality of players, work rates, all that kind of stuff. Whatever you're thinking about, go right ahead and say it.
Dude, there's so much. Like
I know,
that's.
trust me, it's gonna be a long list, man. But we're here to have this conversation.
Let's start off with what do you think is like the biggest problem in the game?
1v1 finishing, hands down.
All right, I agree with that.
Okay,
Fair enough. I
so
completely agree with that.
so my thing with 1v1 finishing, and like you saw like from the last game that I played, I think that when you take that extra touch on the inside and then finesse it, the argument that I have on my stream most of the times is that even if my player has a 3-star weak foot, in those 1v1s where I have no pressure on me, my player should be able to finesse it around the goalkeeper. To make
Yeah, I
more
agree
people
with that.
usable and to make 1v1 finishing the most effective way to score, I feel like that's what it has to be. I think the driven shots across goal being nerfed in certain positions and certain angles was stupid because I think you've experienced this too. Your Thierry Henry would probably do this. They scuff the shots completely. And I think
Yeah.
that if you're not facing away from the goal, if you're facing a 90-degree angle like this, and this is the goal, just showing it on the stream for the example for the people watching, I think that those goals across body from 1v1s, no pressure on you, should also be goals every single time. The things that you pay for, right, with the legends and stuff, is the thing that I was showing earlier. If you are facing away from the goal, right, like, how your angle is not facing the 90-degree angle or inside, okay, if your
Yeah.
players score those, you're paying for that shit. I completely understand that they go into the back of the net. If your players score from the top of the 18-yard box, top left, top right corner, and there's no pressure on them inside the box, I understand if your players score that too. But I think that players like Willian, right? Even legends in this game, because I've seen people on Twitter miss these opportunities. I think that they should be able to finish these simple opportunities, considering how overpowered 45-degree angle finesse shots are, and how overpowered crossing is, and how overpowered crossing is in general.
All right, yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said.
Okay.
But what I find insane about this game, yeah, specifically on this point, is that the layer of skill it takes to actually achieve like a 1v1 is very high in this game because you have to deal with no pace. You have to deal with basically bare minimum skill moves.
Yeah.
You have to deal with AI defending up your ass. You have to deal with the AI blocks also up your ass. And then you have to navigate so many different variables to get into that situation where you're 1v1 with the keeper. And the fucking guy just misses after you do that.
Exactly. That's what pisses me off too, man.
For me, FIFA, that's the skill. Is trying to create those chances and trying to create the space between
Exactly.
yourself and the AI or the player.
Yep. That's what
That's
I
for
tell
me
people
what
every
FIFA
single
is,
day.
yeah?
Yeah.
This FIFA's not that.
No.
This FIFA's not that. This FIFA was like, huh? 1v1s? Ah, fuck that shit. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it very, very easy for a person that doesn't know how to do that to score. So we're gonna introduce OP corners, we're gonna introduce OP crosses, and what is annoying about that is like I don't mind if that's the case, but it has to be skill based. So like if you're gonna make a perfect cross, you've got to have to press like 7 buttons. I don't care. It's got to
There
be
needs to
some
be
sort of
some
like
sort of
skill
skill
to it.
behind the crosses because right now there's none. It's just I cross it in and hope
Press
to God I
circle.
score it. Yeah.
Yeah, or your crossing button, and then you press square. That's it. That's the layer of skill. And what sucks about what they've introduced, the timed finishing, is that the time finishing helps that type of play even more.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way for you to actually time your finish correctly. I mean, I guess it's the only way to predict it properly, I guess. Because it gives you so much time to actually hit your timed finish when the cross comes.
My question
So
towards you towards time finishing is, do you think that it was a good inclusion in the game, and do you think there's any skill involved, like a skill gap involved with adding it into the game? Because I
as it
personally been telling my
stands,
stream, I don't think it's a skilled thing to just be able to hit a B shot before you hit the ball. I think it's just bullshit that it's been added because I think that shooting should be the easiest thing for you to do. And I think them adding more complications with players who have different shooting animations is just fucking dumb. Because when you're
the thing,
1v1, that's not something that you should be focused on. Like, if my player scuffs the shot because I'm not doing a time finish, I think it's stupid, personally.
the thing is, if done correctly, it can be a skill based thing.
But when you say done correctly, like, what
not
do you mean by
inside the
that?
box.
Okay.
Only outside the box.
Okay.
I completely was like begging FIFA to add some sort of skill gap to these long shots.
Oh, I see
So
what
at
you're
least-
saying. No, you're right. Yep.
So at least like if he hits like a crazy fucking shot with a timed finish from outside the box, fair play, bro. Fair play. What can I say? At least he did something special instead of just press square
Yeah.
randomly. You know what I mean?
You want an element to the long shot because long shots itself are random as well.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like inside the box, I'd rather it not exist.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Outside the box, I'd like a layer of skill to it.
Yeah.
Just so it's harder for people to score.
I agree with that, with the time finishing.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's my take on it, to be honest. But as it stands now, I don't know, man. Seen people use it pretty well, but then I've used it pretty well and I still miss.
I
Like
personally
I've had
have
Henri
I personally
outside
have
of the
it off,
box.
man.
Yeah, I mean, I've only changed it recently, but I've had Henri outside the box on his right foot, perfect angle, timed it perfectly, still fucking missed it.
Bro,
So
I've seen
I
some of
don't
the Thierry
know,
Henry
mate.
misses that you've had, bro. It's there was this one game where it was literally like 4 in a row, and then the guy scored a goal right afterwards.
Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy. That happens quite a lot, but like, out of all the cards I've used, he's the one that bags them in the most.
Oh yeah,
So like, I
because
don't
he's
think
the
any other
full
card would do
meta
better.
striker, man. He has the weak foot, the physical, the dribbling on the ball is fantastic. He has the trait of getting in behind the fence and shit, which is huge.
Yeah, that one's massive. Excuse me, sorry.
No, it's fine, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's pretty much perfect. The only thing that's not perfect about him is his price tag. But
How much is his
yeah,
price?
he's like 3 million coins almost.
For your version is the prime or
Prime, yeah.
okay? Striker prime card.
And yeah, and whatchamacallit, I bought him for like 2.3. Now he's like 2.9, 2.8, something like that.
So he's going down. Well, obviously you need to buy the players
No, he's
to be able to play the
going
best
up.
you possibly can.
He's going up. He's going up. He's going up.
He's going
price.
up now.
Yeah. Made it easy. I could sell them right now, but like I've tried almost every other card, and they're all trash. The only one I've liked is Thierry Henry.
Bro, there's genuinely nobody else that you can actually use. Like, you can use Ronaldo, but the chemistry links is a bitch because you have to use Serie A players, and this guy's
You have to
actually
use
gonna.
Cancella. That's it. If
That's
you want
right, because the
Cristiano, you gotta use Cancella.
Portuguese league, Juve. Yeah, you're right.
Nah, that's the only way to really get
How
him
does
in.
his Hullet miss that?
What was? Oh man, I had a train of thought. Fudge, I lost it. The game for me is just like a complete RNG mess, bro. That's all I can really. It's so random, specifically because of how OP crosses is and how like unrewarding it is to score inside the box. And another thing is that really bad cards are pretty much unusable this year.
Yeah, they know they are. They are.
Like I can't
Because
use
Division
Noah
Rivals is the
Cardi.
only like regular game mode that you can actually play.
There's no like, I can't use no Icardi. I can't use no
No.
Martial. I
No.
can't use like any of these like I guess kind of okay players last year. This year they're just like complete trash.
Basically, my team.
What's your team?
Zaha, Willian. Son is
Yeah,
good.
you can't use that shit, man.
No.
It's so hard. Son's okay. Son's okay.
Son's okay. He's okay. He's not too bad. At least
5-star weak
he has
foot.
the
That's
finesse
reason.
shot trade, the 5-star weak foot. Can't go too wrong with that.
Nah.
Something that I've been complaining to my chat a lot, and I get discussions about this all the time, is I think that their spread of game modes this year is incredibly poor as well. Reason being is because this is the first video game I've ever seen have 2 competitive game modes. So I think that their system works more for the average player than it does for the top. Like, I would say the top tier in this game, maybe you would agree with this, is like 2,000 and higher, or quote unquote top tier, because of the way the game mechanics are right now, right? And I think that their definition of doing something every day for the weekdays is not a good definition of what it should have been. Because let's just say, for instance, like I finished rank 3 division 3 last weekend because I didn't stream for like 3 days, right? And I got 2 rare players packs, and I got a 1 mega pack. In those packs, I packed Mohamed Salah and Azpilicueta, as well as other players. So that all that together equates to 350k, which is incredible. And I'm not saying that that's in a bad way. But then, like, if I hit rank 1, which I'm currently in right now, the pack rewards that you get are worse, but the coin reward is better, right? So in that regard, it's just weird, because if you're going to give me 75k in terrible packs for rank 1, you might as well just kept Division 1 as it was last year, because first of all, it wasn't ranked based. It was open matchmaking between the top 3 divisions. So you would be able to, like for us, for instance, like our grind back in the day used to be win 2, 3, 4 Division 1s every day. That's what we used to do, right? And if we got those coins, it was, we'd probably get like around 45k, 50k, 60k every single day doing that. But now you have to wait a full week to get rank 1 Division 3 for only 75k coins because the pack rewards suck.
Yeah, no, I've said it before. They need to like rework these rewards. They're so like bad. It's unbelievable. Like what I said it. I think I tweeted it out or whatever. But I said that basically we could make around like 100 and maybe 5k just by winning a D1 title a day for a week.
Yeah.
And to do that, now we have to play like double the games against 10 times harder opponents, and basically completely sweat our balls off, man. It's pretty frustrating. So it's like I have to do more work for less rewards, actually.
Exactly. There's no regular game mode in this game for you to play that gives you decent rewards. Because, dude, I personally just feel like it was a mistake to make it 2 competitive game modes. I just think it makes no sense. I think Division Rivals has potential to be a very good competitive game mode. I just don't think that having 2 different ones is an ideal situation to help your weekday situation.
I gotta disagree with you there. I think Foot Rivals is good for the game. They needed something. They needed to add something. I think
Yeah,
this
but
is
I don't
probably going
think
to be the only
division
point that
rivals was the
we're going to
best way to go
disagree on.
about things.
Um, I think it's the only way to go about things, to be honest
So
with
you
you.
think it's better to face competitive opposition pretty much every single day?
Yeah.
See, I don't see. That's where I don't agree. Because
When
I
you're
feel
trying to
like
make it,
because
when,
here's the thing, right? I think that there's this balance in video games where it's like this. I think the best balance in video games is where you have an open matchmaking where, let's just say, for instance, this is the thing that I always mention to my stream. You remember the World Cup mode, right?
yeah,
You know that how the format of those tournaments were. So you play your
yeah,
3 games to qualify, then you have your rounds, right?
yeah.
So I think that that game mode being in the game would be helpful. Reason being is because you wouldn't have to sweat every single game, and there would be a balance, right, of the good players destroying the bad players and the bad players learning to get better in the game. And I think that every single game has that concept. That's why Fortnite succeeds right now, because Fortnite themselves, I keep mentioning this to my chat, Epic asked their community, what do you guys think about adding skilled matchmaking to our public servers? And most people said that they don't want. You watch Fortnite streams, Drjarba. How many times do you watch these guys, right? And you're like, oh man, today's just been really unenjoyable because I'm only facing sweaty people every single time. You know what I'm saying? I think for the longevity of the game, it doesn't make sense for every single game you play to be competitive. And for your only casual game mode to be a game mode you have to pay 15K for, that still isn't competitive.
All right. This is my rebuttal to it. Yeah.
Okay.
FIFA's pushing for esports. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pushing for esports. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had ever a real competitive ladder system, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
in Ultimate Team. This is the first time they're doing it. For Rivals, the first time they're doing it. Let's just see how it plays out in that aspect. I've never, I guess you're trying to make like a competitive game, you have to have that ladder system. You have to have that want to grow and better your, I guess, better your, what's the word? Better yourself as a player. And you can't do that constantly playing, I guess, like lower oppositions.
But don't you feel like
But
for the
I
general
see,
players, they'll be more exhausted only playing competitive? Because a lot of people, even friends of mine in real life, have already stopped playing because of that
okay,
concept.
okay. Wait. Let me just
Yeah.
finish my train of thought here. So basically, I think Foot Rivals is a good thing. Could they have something for more casual play? Yeah, they should. They should have kept divisions, to be honest with you. Keep divisions, and that's it. Let people that want to play casually go there. The people that want to play competitively go to Foot Rivals. But I think that people would have just left divisions anyway, to be honest with you. Like once they get to D1, they would have just left it because it's not really challenging anymore. Like I'm pretty sure in FIFA 18, it took me like what sometimes like 10 minutes to find one game by like I guess the back end of the year. It was pretty much a dead game mode. And on top of that, FIFA doesn't just have one aspect in I guess casual play. It has kickoff, it has career mode, it has pro clubs, it has I guess online single matches, it has foot draft. We we only have, I guess, as like in a competitive aspect, we only really have Foot Rivals and Weekend League. Weekend League isn't really competitive when it's kind of open, also.
Yeah, but the game itself isn't even competitive either because you have to pay thousands to get these freaking good players to actually play to your best potential. The only true way for this game to truly be competitive is for it to be like FIFA back in the day, like back in the Bruce Granick days where everybody used Real Madrid and Bayern Munich.
Disagree. It'll never be successful ever as an esport if we go back
Oh
to
no,
the kickoff days.
of course it won't. But the way that it currently stands, not everyone will be on the same playing field. You have to spend the money to get these good players. You have to. If you
I had
don't
what?
qualify for the first months, you still need to build up your team. And some people do the road to glory; they can build up their team and get a better team later, right?
Yeah,
But
that's basically what I did last year, and I had R9, I had Hullet, I had Vieira, I had the full meta squad.
you were able to play divisions and consistently get coins every day, though. Don't you have to use
Yeah,
fitness cards every single day?
that was the big issue. That was the
Exactly.
big problem. That was the huge like winner because that got me a consistent amount of coins every week.
Exactly.
Now I don't have that, so that's where I agree with you. Like that now it's going to be hard for me to like do that because it's going to be based on RNG. Last week, well, I didn't even make 50K. This week I made over 150K. So it's not a stable, safe way to consistently get coins. But like again, I think their foot rivals needed to happen for FIFA. Personally,
No,
I
I think it's a
genuinely
good game
back
mode.
that to
I just
full.
think that they don't have a
Full.
balance in this game in terms of gameplay content.
For casual play, what they need to do is they need to introduce pro clubs into Ultimate Team for casual play. That's what they need to do. That's what I genuinely think they need to do. And instead of you using your stupid ass fake players and fake like afro hairstyle guys, you use your actual Ultimate Team cards that you actually have in your club. So you could be your, I guess, your Cristiano Ronaldo, your Thierry Henry. You could be your Prime Henry as a pro club player. That's something
that
that they
would be a
should have
cool
introduced.
concept. Yeah.
Yes, it's so logical to me. That will also increase the, I guess, the card values. It would make them way more money. I don't know why they didn't do it.
I mean,
I
bro,
really don't know
the
why they
fact that
didn't
this
do it.
game still doesn't have 2v2s tells you a lot already, man. Even 2v2s would make this game more competitive than a 1v1.
2v2s is boring, man.
It is, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like I get like that. That's also another thing for casual play you could talk about. But like that's what I genuinely think would be amazing for the community. It'll also make great content because you'll have people playing with other people, or you have content creators playing with other content
Yeah,
creators.
that's a big thing that's missing in this game is like people being connected with each other because everything is just basically Ultimate Team. Like the what's it called? The like for us basically, like we would be doing like pro clubs all the time as a community. You know what I'm saying? Like we would just be like I don't know. I think that when I watch people play like Call of Duty and stuff, right? Especially with FIFA, as it's a team-oriented game, right? I feel like they could do better with that, like what you're saying in regards to pro clubs, because it would just be cool to hop on and be like, you know what? I actually feel like playing with some of my buddies today, and it would be like a thing that people would be down to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because like if we went on pro clubs right now, for instance, no one would give a fuck about watching pro clubs unless
Yeah,
we
because it's
are
not part of
ourselves
Ultimate
is a
Team.
pro clubs thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not because it's whatchamacallit, pro clubs. It's because it's not an Ultimate Team. People want
Exactly. That's
to
what I'm
use real
saying.
players. They don't want to use like some fake shit. People want to actually play with Cristiano Ronaldo. They don't play with, I guess, like a fake version of Cristiano Ronaldo. You've seen like people in pro clubs like use, I guess, like I don't know what to call it, like a made in China Cristiano Ronaldo. like you know what I mean? I've seen that shit, and I've seen people try to pretend like they're Hullet. Like I see huge potential if they do that, and I think that's the way forward. To be honest, for like casual play.
Jarba's not saying like to have 11 hullets. He's saying for you to have a starting 11 and then you choose each position, not like 11 fucking hullets in the same
No, like
pitch. No,
if
if you have
two
like
people have,
Conte, De Bruyne, and all that stuff, that's what he's talking about.
look, if you have two people that have Hullet, the one that has the prime is going to be the one that's going to be Hullet. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about like if there's there's three different versions of Hullet, you can be three different versions of Hullet. Like there's
No. I don't want you to be three different
okay,
versions.
that's what I was about to say. I'm like that's not the
No, there can only be one person on the field that can be Hullet.
okay.
He can be the dedicated Hullet.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you're going to decide who has it if two people have it, but I guess like first person to choose them gets them. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yo, Pistol
That
Pete, thanks for
probably
the host,
works.
brother. Appreciate it, man.
And plus, who the hell? What do you mean 22 Hullets, bro? You think how many people do you think have
I don't
Hullet
know.
right now?
I don't know. Could you imagine 22 hullets? People are that rich, bro.
There's no way there's like gonna be like a scenario where there's gonna be 22 Hullets on the pitch or 22 people on the same server with Hullet. No way. Especially not at the start of maybe at the back end, maybe someone gets it, but not at the start. But yeah, I think for casual play, that's the way forward.
For pro clubs?
Yeah. Pro clubs introduce the ultimate team. Be your ultimate player, I guess. Who was the best Cristiano Ronaldo? Who's going to be the best Neymar?
What do you think about half field 5v5?
Yeah, I'd love that shit, bro.
Half field,
Half
five v
field,
five. Yeah.
5v5, make that a competitive game mode, and let's fucking go, bro. That would be amazing, and it would be so good for competitive. It'd be so interesting. You could make a great storylines. Like I could see it like being so good for fucking esports, but I don't think these guys are gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna
I
do it,
think
man.
something. I think something. I get what you're saying along the lines of like the casual play. I think there needs to be something along the lines of getting involved in the community and having some sort of like I don't know, man. I just like that these other games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, they have this community aspect of like, yo, I feel like playing with my friends today, and people are down to watch. Like again, it's like you said, they have to integrate it into Ultimate Team, but it just sucks that we don't have a concept like that in a game that's incredibly team oriented. Like there's more than one player on the pitch. You can do 5v5s and make it half field. You can do it where you ever play those skill games where you have like those small nets?
Mm-hmm.
They can make it fun and just, you have your 5v5 and then you're playing it with those small nets, and a person, you would have like a semicircle outside that net, and you wouldn't be able to enter it obviously, so it's not overpowered, but it would just be fun to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like even
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the way that their game modes were set up in FIFA Street. I don't know if you played the last FIFA Street, right? But they had game modes where people wouldn't be able to go like inside the net, but if they made the extra pass and then shot it, then like they would score easily because it wasn't an overpowered thing.
I've said this before, but I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Shit, goalkeepers equals a bigger skill gap in the game.
I agree, but more for closer range than farther range.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So just like buff them like hell for long range shots, and
yeah.
then
Because
leave them retarded
it takes
for
more
short
skill
range
to
shots.
craft a goal than to just randomly pop a shot in, just because you have
And
the
I
angle.
and I don't mind if they make the AI crazy like that. If it's But as long as I finally beat the I don't get like cock blocked. You
That's
know what I
exactly
mean?
what I've been saying. Yeah, I don't mind defensive AI being as overpowered as it is, but when I do get into 1v1s, I better fucking score it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But this game is not built like that, dude. I
No.
don't know what they were thinking, to be honest with you. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, were they thinking like, oh, FIFA 17 people liked it more because of the AI? I'm thinking that's the route they're like, oh, why was FIFA 17, I guess, better than 18? Oh, maybe it's because of the AI assistants. I'm thinking that's what they thought, and they're like, all right, so now that we know that, let's just buff the shit out of AI and well, let's go. I don't know. I think that's like completely stupid. But then I go on Reddit and people are like, "Oh my god, I love this game. Oh my god,
I saw your
am I the only
your
one?
stream when you were
What a
showing
fucking
that.
joke, bro.
I
What
love that
a joke,
I
man.
love that I'm not conceding so many 1v1s now. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, bro, I can't even believe this shit. It's like, what? Like, the casuals love this game, dude. And it's because the game is doing everything for you. And again, I'm going to say it again. I don't mind that the AI gets this buff because it probably needed it a little bit because last year was a little crazy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you'd go through a person, you'll go through a defender. Your defenders were basically useless last year, to be honest with you. Like mostly all games, pretty much were high scoring games, 5 goals, 6 goals, or I guess 3 goals, 4 goals. Very rarely would you see someone keep a clean sheet. Very, very rarely. So it needed some sort of adjustment. But I thought that if they buffed, I guess, player controlled tackles success rate and player controls interception rate, that we would have had that outcome where we would be able to actually defend for ourselves and keep clean sheets for ourselves.
So there would be this balance of like you would get rewarded if you were manually defending because those
Yeah,
success rates were better, but then there's also defensive AI being effective for the casual player that might be like,
trash at the game.
yeah, pretty much. You want a balance of like if I'm actually doing it, then they would save it or they would um, get the ball more consistently. Because you saw that clip that I showed with the Twitter where I like the guy got like 3 different deflections when I'm controlling each player. Like something like that should be like
Dude,
maybe deflected off for a corner or something, so I can actually like just avoid it going back into play or something.
bro, I didn't really believe in like I guess scripting to a certain degree,
This is the first year
but
I agreed it. Yeah,
after this year,
yeah.
oh my days, bro. I'm seeing some bounces that I can't even believe.
This is the first. Yeah, I used to preach it, man. I'd be like, "No, you guys are out of your fucking mind." But like, I still don't believe it's a thing. I just think it's like poor coding in this game.
It's part of the game, man.
Yeah,
It's part of the
I think
game.
it's just part of the game that makes it shit. But I don't believe this momentum handicap bullshit. But I just think that like, I just think that they just have shit mechanics. I think that's what it comes down to.
I feel like it's just like they've got like catch up mechanics. That's what people maybe think is probably like scripting or whatever, but it's not actually really scripted because it'll probably happen for you too. If you score a goal, you're more likely to score another goal, etc., etc., etc. But I don't know for sure. Like I'll never know for sure. But like 90th minute, 45th minute. Have you seen 45th minute this year for you,
It's been happening a fucking lot to me, man. My chat's the one that's booking it every single time with me.
dude? Like this shit's the joke. Like like you can maybe say the other years, maybe not this year. I don't know
Bro,
how anyone can defend that shit this year.
bro.
I'm scoring like own goals in the 45th minute and the 90th minute from like really easy like headers. Like I
It,
literally will header it forward and it goes backwards, the ball, into my own fucking net, bro. It's like what the fuck? I don't know,
those
man.
auto headers, man, are fucking killer. Or the auto clearances, those things hurt my fucking soul when they do that shit. I have no
Mm.
pressure on me. My player clears the ball out.
You want to know what's actually really annoying?
Hmm.
You'll agree with this. You tackle a person and then all of a sudden you kick the ball after you
Oh
tackle
my
him.
god, man! What you want to fucking tackle them? Don't even get
You
me
just want to
started,
shoot
bro.
someone after that shit, bro. You're just like, what? This never happened in any other FIFA.
And this year, it's the most, man. It's definitely the most.
Yo,
They have to,
never happened in any other FIFA.
they have to do something about clearing the ball and tackling the ball because it cannot be the same fucking commands, bro. Because too many times, bro, where you're spamming B to clear it, your players tackle the opposition because it's the same command, bro. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking annoying, bro. I think Pez did it perfectly, man. XX for tackle to do the Stein tackle. B is there's nothing associated to B except for clearances. So it's strictly
No,
clearances when you have it. Just
yeah, I
something,
guess.
something, bro.
No, I agree with you. I think they, instead of introducing like I think timed finishing, they probably should have introduced maybe time tackling or something. I don't know. They needed to add some like new mechanic, I think, to the game for tackling. How did you miss that, bro?
Bro, I don't even. I'm just like looking at my chat's even saying this shit too. Nah, dude. Some of them. I saw the first game while I was talking to you. I was looking at like Hullet, and Hullet missed like the easiest finesse shot with his left. Ronaldo did the same thing, cutting past the defenders. Bro, it's crazy that Ronaldo and fucking Rude Hullet from perfect angles miss the entire net when they're inside the 18-yard box. That's what blows my mind with the finishing in this game. It blows my mind, bro.
Yeah. This game is like it's so I feel like so out of my control. It's like I don't know.
Brother, you're
Just
not the
feels so
only
out of my
one.
control. I'd like to play with like a full icon team just to see if like maybe that's what they were trying to do. Make the game way more
I've
pay to
mentioned
win, I
that to my
guess.
stream a lot too. Like, I'm judging the game a lot using fucking these players I'm using right now, but like, obviously they
Maybe
probably
if
want
you
to
had
push
yeah.
the fucking pay to win concept. But like I said, man, I've watched your Thierry Henry miss fucking sitters, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I've seen someone else's Cruyff like dance around a person and then bang it top left without a problem. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I think maybe there could be something there where they're instead of like I'm sure that they probably got a lot of complaints last year that oh I got like all these icons and I'm just getting wrecked 7-0. This
Bro,
game is
that
so
used to that used
stupid.
to be a thing back in FIFA 15, man. People used to like complain about that. Oh my god, I'm getting wrecked 7-0 by these shittier teams, but it was actually them being garbage. Because bro, during
Yeah,
those
exactly.
days, man, when I got Ronaldo, I felt like I was on crack, bro. When I had Ronaldo on my team, I was like, oh my god, I can do everything. I have the physical, the weak foot, the finishing, the skill moves, the It was like my brain was like, it was like overloaded with how much I can do with that one card, and it's just like, I can do that with just Ronaldo. Now imagine having like fucking Patrick Vieira in your CDM area where he has the height, the 50-50 wins in the air. Bro, like, I don't know about you, Drjarba, but I tell this to my stream all the time, bro. I don't give a fuck what team somebody has. As long as I have the team I want, I don't give a shit what the other person has in their team. Is that like fair to say?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty fair. Like, I'm also the same. I don't care what you have.
As long as I have a team that can compete with it, you have whatever the fuck you want, man.
Yeah, pretty much. I pretty much agree with that. It's just, yeah, I don't know.
Plus,
I need them to fix this gameplay, bro. Because
Bro.
I promise you, I'm not joking, yeah? If the next patch doesn't address major issues, I'm done. There's no way I'm going to compete. There's no way I'm going to play this game.
Bro, especially you, man. Since they made that fucking like announcement with like the English Premier League, like it must crush your fucking soul that this game is like.
Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts so much, bro.
I for one would love to see you fucking represent Arsenal. That'd be sick, man. I would.
Yeah, but I don't think like I'd love to do that too. Like I would genuinely love to, but there is no way you're making me play something that I think is fundamentally wrong or broken or unfunctional. Like, I'm just gonna embarrass myself at most events. I don't know. Like, for me, it's just I don't know. Like last year, I learned a lesson. I should have left it earlier. I don't want to do the same like mistake. Wait for a patch. Wait for a patch. Wait for a patch.
This is you last year when you were fucking killing shit still.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think the thing that killed it for you last year the most, honestly, and I felt that on a spiritual fucking level, man, is those disconnections you got, bro. Those disconnections were the fucking worst thing in the world, man. Because there was that I think there was that 1 month when I was watching your games. You should have competed for the tournament, and you literally lost out because of the disconnections.
Yep, 2 years in a row.
I still remember that, man, and I was like, wow. Because here's the thing, Jar. Like for me, even if I were to qualify, I wouldn't give a fuck about going to these competitions because I don't believe in competitive FIFA. Like, my belief for competitive FIFA is like just fucking so minuscule, right? But like for someone like you that's grinding and trying to get to those competitions, and then you get fucked by disconnects. I don't even think that the FUT Champs concept is the best way to oh my god, chat. You're gonna see this one, Drjarba. I don't think it's the best way to show who deserves to go to the competitions and who doesn't deserve to go to the competitions. Because I think that like the matchmaking itself can be completely like random, you know? Like there's people who were at home last year that could have won the whole competition if they went to it.
Yeah, well, 100%. And you know what's even like more kind of bullshit is that I think also Xbox, you can like ban and block people and you'll never match up against them in FUT Champions. So it's like you just like
if you block them, you wouldn't face them again. Yeah.
Yeah,
and God knows how many people did that too. We don't know, man. And you know what's crazier, Drjarba, is that last year people cheated like crazy, but they still kept their rewards, man.
Yep.
They didn't. EA didn't do anything about the rewards those guys got, bro, because there's no way of telling if they actually meant to disconnect or not. There's no way of like, because dude, I don't know if you remember this, Jar, but like when I played the game last year, I think my stream I remember this. I played a dude, right, and I was losing the game to unfairly because the guy was. I still remember this game. I was losing to him fairly because he was a good player, right? Had an okay team, very similar team to mine, and he deserved to be beating me. So I'm like, okay, I gotta pause the game because Drjarba, I still don't know how the disconnection glitch worked, because when people tell me about it, I always tell people, guys, I don't want to know about this shit because I have no interest of like at all, just even remotely caring about it, right? So I still don't know how it worked. But this is what I did, right? When I faced this guy. What I basically did was I was losing. So the logical thing to do is back then, you would pause the game and you would switch to a 3-5-2 or a 3 at the back formation where there's a lot of midfielders, a lot of attackers, because you need to attack, right? You're losing, so you need to attack. And from that, my game disconnected And I'm like, oh, maybe my Wi-Fi disconnect, or my Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi. Fuck that shit. Maybe my internet disconnected me. And then I disconnected from the game and I went back and I didn't get the loss. So I'm like, holy fuck. I think this is the new no loss glitch. So the first thing I did, Jarba, the first thing I did, bro, was I messaged all the guys at EA. I'm like, guys, listen, I just did this. I didn't mean to do it, right? But I just wanted to switch to a 3-5-2 so I can, you know, not maybe I could get a goal back, and I wasn't able to do it because it would disconnect me or whatever, and then I wouldn't get the loss for it. So I mentioned it, Jarba. This was 2 or 3 months before they released a patch of quote unquote trying to fix it, bro, and they never fixed it until it was brought to Reddit with the amount of people that were like upvoting it, bro. It blew my mind because my child was telling me the same thing, bro. They're like, Inception, they finally fit, because bro, I couldn't. When I was playing Foot Champs, Jarba, I could never switch to 3 at the back because I was scared that the same thing was going to happen again. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And they only fixed it when it became like a mainstream thing. Remember that year, Jarba, when I was using like 50 chemistry teams in draft, and people were telling me like, oh, you're a fucking idiot for using these draft teams, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling people, guys, the players literally feel the same. They feel better than players in blah, blah, blah. And then, again, what happened after the guy proved the chemistry style glitch or whatever from 2 years ago or 1 year ago, they fixed it. And then all those years of people thinking that we were fucking out of our minds, you know?
Yeah, we were the ones that were actually in our minds. And that's why probably I won a lot of tournaments. It's because I actually trusted my gut. But it's all good. What can you do, man? Like, that Chemgate shit was a joke.
That Chemgate shit was funny, man. He can't do a skill move, and then if he is off chemistry, he can do a skill. I don't even know. It was fucking dumb. I remember which... it was like a specific skill move that the guy did. It's like a hidden skill move. It was if he had like 88 dribbling or something, his player would be...
Yeah, I know.
It was fucking weird.
What was it? It was like I think they even removed it.
I think it was completely removed. The skill move itself was removed. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it was tied to a sprint boost. They removed it.
It was a sprint boost. Yes, it was. I don't remember which one it was though.
No, I don't remember either. To be honest with you.
Wasn't it the LB push?
Could be.
It might be the LB push. I can't remember. Yeah.
Like there was 2 LB pushes. I think there was one which like did like a spin, and another one that didn't, like not a spin but like sort of a step over. I think I can't remember, but it was definitely linked to like the no touch dribbling.
I think it was the one that Boris did the other like he's the one that posted.
Oh, now I remember what it was. So basically, you push the ball, and then I think you do the no touch dribbling thing, and he
would accelerate
over the ball.
Yeah.
No, he would go over the ball.
Oh, he would go over the ball.
Yeah, so like he'd sprint boost over the ball rather than push the ball. If he had enough dribbling, that is.
Yeah.
And then they've removed that whole like no touch system, I think.
Entirely, yeah.
That was the skill move that like sorted everything out.
Bro, that was such an amazing time though, man. Like
first dude, FIFA 16 was a good game. FIFA 15, FIFA 16, FIFA 14. I liked all those games.
I would have liked 14 if headers weren't so overpowered.
Yeah, the crossing
just the heading, but 14 could have been one of the best ones for sure. That was the only thing, man. I actually liked the way that game played. No touch dribbling is so dead, sadly. No touch dribbling was weird, man, because it wasn't even how they envisioned it. It was just people found ways to work around it to make it overpowered is what affected it too much, right?
Yeah.
Because the way that they did it in the trailers was not the way that people were doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fake it to this side, and just people never really use those.
Man, you know what I'd really like actually?
What's up?
I'd like EA to fucking hire you or maybe Jukes. Genuinely.
Bro, honest to God, man, I say this wholeheartedly, bro. EA needs to hire Jukes. I swear on my fucking life, man, the patch notes that this guy did, I've never related to something so much in my life. Honestly.
Jukes is a smart guy, bud. But also
Jukes is one of my boys, man. I've known Jukes a long time. Jukes is in the channel right now. Like 100%. Like I'm saying this in front of everybody. Like Jukes knows what he's fucking talking about. And if you read his patch notes, there's no bias. It's just stuff that makes sense. Like, bro, this guy's smart, man. Like the way when he was describing defensive AI, he's like, if defensive AI has a percentage of 80%, nerf it down to like a 50%. If finishing has a percentage of this percent, like I was just like, yo, this guy knows what he's fucking talking about, bro, because I literally agreed with everything.
Yo, but that's like common patch notes that they would tell you in like any other game. So I'm guessing he's played like another game that gives you those types of patch notes.
Like the percentages.
Like if you play CS, if you play CS, you'll see those types of patch notes all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact. But you don't discredit yourself either. I think you and Jukes are both really good at, I guess, explaining the game.
I appreciate that,
I don't know about myself, bro. I'm too emotional.
You're not the only one that's emotional, bro. Bro, today I never, Drjarba, I scream at this fucking game like I've never screamed in my life, bro. Like some of the voices that I do when I get pissed off at this game, you will never ever catch me doing this shit in real life, man. This game brings the demon out of me, bro. I swear to God, man. It's fucked, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying, yeah, EA fly us out and stuff. I'll do it for free, mate. I'd pay them to do it. I'd fucking pay them, mate. I'll put my hotel, do everything, man. I'm so sick of this shit, bro.
Drjarba,
I swear to God, I'd pay them, man. I'd fucking fly myself out. I'd pay them for every hour, man. $100 an hour just to fix their own game.
Drjarba, man,
and it's so annoying, man.
I gotta mention this one thing, bro. And you know, this is, and my chat knows what I'm gonna mention, bro. This is the thing that I've been fucking preaching for like 5 years. And Jukes knows, man, because I've been on this fucking preach, bro. Chat, you know what I'm gonna mention, bro.
Inconsistent gameplay.
Bro, Drjarba, if I went to their studios and just fucking told them, this gameplay feels like shit, this gameplay has good game speed, but the controls are unnatural, blah, 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 wouldn't you feel like the situation will be fixed quicker? Like, they would be like, yeah, no, it's a maybe, right? But, like, is there nobody at their studios that's playing and it's like...
Dude, what if it's all designed on purpose, man? Like,
bro,
what
honestly,
if they want it inconsistent?
At this point, bro, I believe that it is. You know why? Because when I mentioned it to them in their fucking face, Drjarba, they ignored me, bro. So I'm just like, maybe. But like, here's the thing though, Drjarba. What would be the benefit of not always having good gameplay? Because if you have good gameplay, these legend players, oh my fucking God, I can't even explain what Neymar feels like in good gameplay. Neymar literally shits on everybody in good gameplay, bro. Oh my fucking Lord.
Do you want to tell you the rationale?
Go ahead, bro. I want to hear it.
Players fatigue. Players don't always turn correctly. Players don't always move the same exact way. That's what I think. They want this shit as inconsistent. Just to like simulate more real life, I guess.
Bro, at this point it has to be, man. There's no way
it has to be because they're not addressing it at all.
Fucking game feels different, bro. There's just no way. There's no way that they don't know about it.
If they're not addressing it, they know it's there and they know that it doesn't need to be fixed because that's how they want it to be. That's the only rationale, bro. That's the only thing that makes sense. There's no way a multi-billion-dollar corporation is just gonna ignore it for like 5-6 years, mate. There's no way.
But the thing is, though, right, is that over the course of the years, isn't it kind of strange that it's not consistent? There's no time. There's no like switch. Oh, if it hits like 7 p.m., all of a sudden its gameplay is good. But don't you feel like it's a little bit interesting that it's mostly good during the nighttime?
It's because of their servers, man. It's because when it's overloaded, they can't. It happens in almost every video game too, by the way. Like every video game, if you play on prime time, sometimes it's a bit more, I guess, slow or laggy because it's so overloaded. Like, what was it? What other video game? I think even in CS, bro, that shit kind of happens. That's why they have their own dedicated servers where they don't have like 1,000 people playing on it or like 1 million or 2 million. You know that, yeah?
Yeah, they do. You're right. I'm thinking about that right now. They do have dedicated servers, especially for like what's it called? What's the ESEA, right?
ESEA, Face It, they have
That's
their own
that's
dedicated
dedicated.
servers,
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
and not millions of people are playing on it either.
Yeah, because if you play regular competitive, it's just the public servers. That's right. No, you're right. I forgot about that.
So if you're playing matchmaking, that can still happen to you on CS.
Yeah.
Am I
No,
gonna
nah, Jimmy, it's
am I
okay,
gonna
bro. Don't
tell
worry about it.
FIFA to like open a Face It or a ECA?
I mean, they wouldn't even be able to, Drjarba, because in this
Because it's
game,
console.
yeah, it's because they just wouldn't be able to, man.
Yeah,
I always hated that was a thing though, Drjarba, because I feel like every single year of FIFA, I would like if I just always got the good gameplay. In this year, have whatever fucking game mechanics you want, but even in the good gameplay, the finishing, bro, just I need the finishing to be up to par. That's it. If you want to have your long range finesse shots, you want to have your nerf the near post corners, because those things are just fucking stupid. And these bicycle kicks, Lord have mercy on my soul with those fucking bicycle kicks in this game. People score bicycle kicks and don't even know where their players come from. From the near post, bro, I'm like blocking that general area, and then a Aubameyang just comes from the bottom and just like and just fucking hits the best bicycle kick you'll ever see in your life every single time. So yeah, nerf that shit. But like, bro, when you have that gameplay, Drjarba, it's like crack cocaine, especially with how much we love football. When you can dribble, pass, shoot, and just feel the game with its full potential, when you lose that, it is the most infuriating thing in the fucking world, man. It's infuriating because it's like, well, there goes me playing at my full potential because now I have to play with delay, sluggish feeling of players when I'm using fucking Mane, who has god tier dribbling, or even Neymar, right? Even you with it, like the players that you have, like you feel it too. You're gonna feel this sluggish play with your players, and you're gonna be like, well, fuck me. I guess this is the skilled version of the game, you know?
Dude, I used to play at night, like for like a year. Like a year,
Yeah, I know.
always
You
from fucking
stream.
like
You
1
you
a.m.
used to do what
pop.
I did in like FIFA 15, bro. The entire fucking night. I know, because that
Because
was the
it's just
best
the
time for
gameplay
you
was
to
so
play to
bad.
your full potential. I know.
Yep.
I remember watching your gameplay at nighttime. I'm like, wow, because you know me in FIFA 18, bro. FIFA 18, I quit that game fucking early, man. It was, oh my god, I quit that like after the first patch, Drjarba. Bro, remember when I used to play fucking Monster Hunter on stream? I used
Yeah,
to play
yeah,
fucking Monster Hunter, man. Oh my god, that was a time, man. That was a fucking time.
yeah. FIFA 18 trash. FIFA 19, even worse than 18. That's
Fam,
like
it's
how I'm
like
going
comparing
for.
two relegated teams. Which one is better than the other? You know? Honestly, it's like comparing two relegated teams. I would have. I have a better experience with FIFA on the PlayStation, but I think if I switched sooner from the Xbox, I would have had a better experience with the other FIFAs because this inconsistent gameplay thing, I felt it less when I played FIFA 18 than I did on the Xbox. So I feel like if I played 17, 16, 15, 14, so on and so forth on the PlayStation, maybe there would have been my opinion would have changed. But so far, the last FIFA that I truly enjoyed was 13. I would have liked 14 if the heading wasn't so overpowered. But from 15 and onwards, I've hated every single game because of that inconsistent gameplay, man. Every single game. Because every single year I got the good gameplay, I loved every FIFA, man. Because it was the perfect, like, I don't know, man. When you play Call of Duty, even though it's on public servers, like if I'm moving in Call of Duty, every single day I play that game, I know what to expect from it. I know how my players are gonna move or my character is gonna move. I know like how smooth the game is gonna feel. If my game feels laggy, I can leave that game. In FIFA, when I hop on and my game speed feels fast, but there's delay in the game, or my players feel sluggish and slow, and I can't take the extra touches because the player doesn't do it, and then he does the pass first. Like it's just too many variables that just completely piss me off, man. And it like again, I would like these games more if I just had that gameplay all the time. In this year's game, this is one of the first years where I hate it even in the good gameplay only because of the finishing in this game. Only because of the finishing. And too many RNG variables in the near post corners, the long range finesse shots, the fucking bicycle kicks, and the far post crosses. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You don't get. Sorry, you don't get triggered when Willian is like 10 yards away from and through on goal, and then he gets caught up by like, I don't know,
Oh, dude,
fucking
you
Godin.
have no idea, man. You have no idea how triggered I get from those. I understand where EA want to go with it. Like, if a player is through on goal, they don't want them to be on through on goal. but you already have a mechanic in the game to counter that. You have low pressure, right? So right now I'm using like 3, so I can avoid the Y passes as much as possible, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
if I do get past you with a Y pass, it is your fault for not using a custom tactic to block the Y passes. Because when I was conceding Y passes like crazy in this game, I was like, you know what? I need to lower the pressure of my defense. So I changed it to a 3, and now I concede them less. I still need better defenders because they're dog shit. You literally need like Virgil van Dijk and stuff in this game. Like, bro, Virgil van Dijk costs like 150k Drjarba, and I need him in my team, bro. It's fucking annoying. But anyways, there's a way to counter that, right? So when people can't sprint away from a good attacking play and your player creates that gap for himself to get through on goal, I get it if the fullbacks catch up, because the fullbacks have like 90 something pace. It makes sense. But like if I'm in the middle, right, and the center back catches up when I have full momentum and he still needs to turn and then catch up with his momentum, it's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? If he has that much space, because in that way people are able to abuse high pressure defense, right, and they don't get screwed over by that. They added constant pressure in this game, and these players block every single player on the pit. I've never seen, Drjarba, I don't know if you watch real life football. I've never seen every single man marked on a football pitch ever. I've never seen, bro. You can't switch the play, Drjarba. You can't switch because people are literally hugging them on the right side when you're on the left side.
That's true.
And then even with constant pressure being a thing, your players don't lose fucking stamina that quickly. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, if I'm calm and collective, okay, I can switch it to the other side. I can't even do that because his player is hugging my player. I've never seen anybody do that, ever.
No, I see it. Like, I think it's kind of fucked too.
Constant pressure is broken. I noted it in the beta. EA ignored it. Even Jukes is saying it, bro.
Tell Juice to come on Discord, bro.
Yo, Jukes, come in the Discord, my guy. Chat, if you genuinely want me to say good things about this game, I will tell you what are good things about this game. Okay? Some things you guys are gonna laugh at. The first thing that comes into mind right away is when I score a goal, I can skip the fucking replays now. LBRB, I can skip it. I don't mind that finesse shots are a way to score now. If I cut inside, right, and I'm like the long range ones I hate, but I like that I can actually cut inside and the precision and accuracy of the finesse shot is good, but the finishing of it is inconsistent, which I hate. What else do I like about this game? Dynamic tactics. Chat, I love dynamic tactics. I think it's a really good inclusion, right? But dynamic tactics in this game, when you pause the game and switch shit, your players switch positions without you knowing. My Idrissa Gueye, who's supposed to play as a CDM, now plays as a fucking right mid. God knows why the fuck that happens. Okay? What else is there? I like that they added more tactics for the right mids and the left mids, so you can tell them to be target men, which is interesting and weird at the same time, but it makes sense that it's added into the game. Honest to God, Chad, that's all I can really think of. I like that they have the indicator on the top of the player's head, but that indicator is not consistent. If you press LB, it doesn't always switch to that indicator on the top of the head. And that's the only things that I can think of that I like, Chad. It's the only things, man. I don't like that the goalkeepers do not have a fucking animation every single time you try to chip them. I don't understand. Drjarba, you ever play this game when you're close to the goalkeeper, you take a shot, but he walks in a crab motion and he doesn't react to it at all? No animation for close range shots. I think if you get close to a goalkeeper, chat, and you're at a pretty good distance away from him, if he tries to slide for the ball and you chip it over him, it should work most of the times. Because if a goalie is pushing you, that means you're 1v1. And if you chip them, you deserve to score most of the times. Depending on the players you have. Like if you have Roberto Firmino, who has like a chip shot trait. He had it last year. I don't know if he still has it this year, but player switching is awful. Player switching, it's this year's game for player switching is actually dog shit. I like that again. I like that they added the indicators and whatever. I hate that you can manually control the goalkeepers now. Manually controlling the goalkeepers is fucking idiotic.
It's so stupid.
It's fucking idiotic, man.
Oh my god. I'm like literally taking like 5 seconds to line up a finesse and the guy's already at the far
Yeah,
post.
it's idiotic.
And I
Man.
can't change. It's so annoying.
Let me get you to
It's
Discord.
so annoying.